Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about acting because it's a general topic on it, and I'm going to go into a lot of detail about what acting means to me. Number one, a lot of you know that I want to be an actress. That is my main objective. So number one is I'm thinking of doing some monologues and putting them on YouTube, seeing if I get any good responses. Yeah, so I haven't done acting for 2 years now because the last couple of years I've been really unwell, mentally unwell, where I had depression, major depression, for the last 2-3 years, and I stopped enjoying the things that I usually would like. For my example is acting. I absolutely loved it and I just became uninterested in doing it, and I didn't understand why, and it made me more upset the more I realised I wasn't doing it and the more depressed I became. So that was one of the reasons. That's like something that I struggled with a lot, but now I'm better, and 3 years later, 2-3 years later, and I really am wanting to get back into it. I miss it so much. And to anybody who doesn't know how much something means to them, like if you've got a hobby and it means everything to you, then you'll understand what I mean. And I get emotional about it because I miss it. I miss being on stage. I miss being able to be somebody else and not having to be me. Like, I can cry on cue, you know? I can laugh, I can be happy, I can be sad. And, you know, my eyes are watering now, but what I'm trying to say is that I miss it and I'm trying to get back into it. So what I was thinking of doing is doing some monologues, as I've just said, and put them on YouTube. I think it would be really good. It would help me get my confidence out there a bit more. But yeah, doing that would really help me, I think, because I'm much more confident than I used to be. I think anybody who has watched any of my old YouTube videos, they're not on there now because I deleted them all because it was from when I was going through a really bad time. But yeah, anybody who did watch them, you'll see how far I've come. I feel so much more happy. I'm so more confident in myself and positive. That's the main thing. I'm positive about everything. I mean, you can't just be sad all your life. Where are you going to get with that? You wouldn't hear me saying that 6 months ago, but here I am. So yeah, now people have asked me or said to me, this was a couple of years ago, you'll never get into acting because you're too quiet. Okay, cool. And I would literally say that, and I'd take it, it would be like I wasn't taking it on board, but I took it on board, which made me not want to pursue acting because I genuinely thought they were right. But if I want to do that, shouldn't I be pursuing it? If it's my dream to be on stage in the West End or be in a film or be on TV, you know, isn't that my choice? You shouldn't be telling me that I can't do something just because you don't like the idea of it, you know? And yes, I know it's a hard industry and you've got to have thick skin because you need to be able to be told no a whole load of times before something actually happens. And I've been to a few auditions now. This was 4 years ago when I started acting. I started acting when I was in high school, a bit later than most people, but I found my love for acting. So I started when I was 11, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And even though I was bullied all through high school, my drama class was the one class that I could be who I wanted to be. I was still really quiet then, so I didn't develop my character as much as I could have done. Whereas now I I do. I can scream and shout and cry in high school I was very shy in high school. I was bullied. And part of that was from what happened in my childhood. So, but as I was saying, like now I can form characters. I can be good. No, I can be amazing. And the reason I say I can be amazing is because if I don't tell myself that I can do something, then who else is going to want to say that to me? I need to believe it myself before somebody else can say, you're good at this, or you're amazing at this, you're a brilliant actress. You know, I need to be able to believe in myself before somebody else does. So what is happening at the moment? Well, obviously I nearly finished my childcare course. I need a backup plan in case I don't get into acting, but I'm always going back to it. I can't leave it. So I have that backup plan there if I need. Hopefully I'll get a job in a bar. And I have some exciting news as well. A lot of you know I live in the UK, but I'm planning to move to New York. Once I get a steady job, well not a steady job, but a job, and I can save up enough, and then I'm taking a trip next year to, hopefully in maybe March or April, for a whole month. I'm going over to New York to look at apartments and to find a job, because obviously I won't just be able to get it in a month, so I'll make a few trips over there. And I know it's expensive. That's why I'm planning it now, because in a year, it'll be exactly like a year from now, I should have had enough money to be able to do that. And I'm saving up for a lot of things at the moment, but once I get a job, I'll be able to put money aside for New York. It's not going to be a holiday. A lot of people have said, oh, you're going on holiday to New York. No, it's not a holiday. It's a place to go where I can really try and get what I want. I can be myself and I can start afresh. I don't know how my mum's going to feel about it, because every time I mention it to her before, she's like, yeah, go, it's good for you. But I can see she doesn't want me to go. But who does want their child to leave home? Especially when I'm going halfway across the world. Maybe I'll probably, if I can, I might go to London first. Then it's not, I can just see how I feel with moving. But I'm definitely going away for a whole month at least, if not a bit more, to New York. And then I can try and find somewhere I can live. And settle down. Which, it's actually giving me butterflies thinking about it. It's like, oh my god, it's actually happening. And I found a really good New York acting academy, which will be so good, because even though I need to pay for it, it will give me the opportunity that I need. And it's actually one that does acting courses for film and TV as well as for theatre, which is what I love, because I know that acting for TV and film is slightly different to doing it on theatre. I know that I've not really ever been given a big role. I've actually done something the last week. I actually picked up a proper script, and I've highlighted all the lines of the main character, and I've memorised them all in a week. So I could do it in a week now. But as I said, TV and film is slightly different, because you have cameras and you can cut when you make a mistake, but you still need to try and remember all those lines. So where was I? So yeah, acting is where I want to be. Acting is for me. I know that my family have said you're too quiet. That's amazing, you want to pursue it, but maybe think about doing something else. Blah 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 blah. I mean, every person I probably have seen on TV and their parents have said to them, maybe you should think about doing something else. If they would listen to them, they wouldn't be where they are now. And it gives me butterflies again. I'm telling you, I'm going to get to where I want to. I yeah. So first things first, I need to find somewhere around where I live that do like acting courses, which is quite hard when I'm nearly 20 years old, and I had to leave my last one because I was unwell, and I thought I would be going into hospital because I was going to have a breakdown, and it wasn't like I planned it, but I did have a breakdown, but I didn't need to go to hospital or anything, which was, I'm quite lucky like that, and I thought I would end up in hospital because of my eating disorder, but again I didn't. I recovered before I needed to go, which I'm very impressed with. Not many people can recover on their own, so I've had a bit of a setback with that whole thing the last week, so I'm really scared about my weigh-in. Yeah. But yeah, if anyone has any more advice for me, that would be brilliant. Because, you know, I want what's best for me. And I've grown such thick skin now. Because I have a funny relationship with somebody, and that person is always being quite rude to me. And the comments they say are quite hard, so I've had to grow a thick skin. So I think now is the best time for me, because I think if I'd have tried to do it when I was younger, like at 12, 13, I think I would have just had such a breakdown because I couldn't take criticism at all. I struggled taking criticism, but now I can take it, and not only will I take it, but I'll think about what that person said and improve, or you know, I'll take on board their criticism and actually think about what they've asked me to do to improve. So I think that's quite good for me. It shows how much I'm learning, and that I'm much better at listening than I used to. I used to just be like, oh, F you sort of thing, and I would swear at them and all sorts. So that's why I think now is the best time for me to do this. I'm nearly 20. I need to start doing it. If I'm going to do it, it needs to be now, because we're not around forever, and I want to be somewhere in my life where I can say, I've made it. I've done what I wanted to do, and this is what I'm doing, you know. So I will be doing updates on moving to New York. I will, oh, that just it makes me so excited thinking about it. No one really knows yet, but now you all do. I'm giving it a year for my trip, 2 years to actually move, and I think that's quite, or 2 or 3 years to move, because then I'll be like 22, 23. I'll be able to do things. I might, but if things change, it might be sooner. I'm like, if things change dramatically, like I get into doing TV stuff, then I'm telling you I'll be moving next year. But that's a big if. It's unlikely that I'll be there in a year. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a Q&A video, so send your tweets to this one down there. I'm going to be, I use mostly my my casket account, but I'll put my personal one down there as well, so you can send them to whichever one, and I'll write a list of Q&As. Yeah, so I've also got my Tumblr and a Facebook. My Facebook's a page, so it's not my actual account, because I don't accept anybody I don't really know, because there's a lot of creeps out there. Not that I'm saying you're a creep, I'm just saying I would personally not accept people I don't know. But I've made a page so you can all communicate on there. And when I get more subscribers and stuff and more people who are interested, in my channel, then I'll be doing a website and I'll be opening a PO box. But that'll be again in a few months when I've got more subscribers, because I don't want to open it unless I'm actually going to get mail. But if you are interested in sending me something before, then please message me, because I got something so sweet in the mail the other day from somebody, and it was one of my YouTube watchers, and I've only got 4 subscribers at the moment, so you know, pretty pleased with myself. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I will be doing some monologues. I'll be learning them over the next few weeks, or few days. I might even try and do one later today, because I can learn a monologue in 10 minutes. So if I do that, I can then put one up, and then yeah, if I've done it, then the link will be below for that first monologue. But for now, I will leave